Alright, so question 1 says negative 3 square plus negative 2 square. That's negative 3 multiplied by negative 3 plus negative 2 times negative 2. So negative 3 times negative 3 gives us positive 9, and negative 2 times negative 2 gives us positive 4. 9 and 1, 10, and 3, 13, so we get positive 13, so our answer is C. Question 2, what percentage of 40 is 8? Now that's the same thing as saying, what is 8 over 40 as a percentage? It is what? So 80 over 40 times 100. So 8 into itself 1, and 8 into 40 goes 5 times. 5 into itself 1. 5 into 100 goes 20, so that gives me 20%. Alright, question 3 says, if 235 multiplied by 48.7 is equal to 11,444.5, then 23.5 times 0.487 is equal to what? So let's look at what happens between here. So 235 becomes 23.5. So that's obvious that it was divided by 10 here. And 48.7 now becomes 0.487. So this 2 was also divided, but it was divided by 100. So our answer now, we're going to divide by 10, divide by 100. Same thing as dividing by 1,000. So we go 1, 2, 3. So our new answer now becomes 11.4445. And that matches A. So applying the distributive law for number 4, using the distributive law property, 49 times 17 plus 49 times 3. So this you can work it like factorization. So you factor out 49. So 49 into this you go 17 times plus 49 into this you have left with our 3. So we have 49 bracket 20. Same thing as saying 49 times 20. So our answer is going to be A. A test is marked out of 80. A boy scored 60% of the marks on the test. How many marks did he score? Now this question is just asking you for an equivalent fraction. So 60% is equivalent to what out of 80? That's all it's asking you to find. You could test your answers. We know it can't, 75 is too far. 75 is nearer to 80, so that couldn't be 60%. I would know that 20 is too low. So between, I would know that 60 over 80, the same thing as 6 over 8, which is 2 over 4 is a half. No. After a test was marked out of 80, a boy scored 60% of the marks on the test. How many marks did he score? Now this question is asking you for the equivalent fraction. What is equivalent to 60%? So 60 over 100 is equivalent to what out of 80? Let's call it x. Now we can reduce 60 over 100 to 3 over 5 using 20. 20 into 60 goes 3 times, and 20 into 100 goes 5 times. We can apply the concept of cross multiplication. So 5x is equal to 3 0 0 and 3 8 24. So we get 240. To solve for x, we're going to divide both sides by 5. So 5 into 24 goes 4 times, remainder 4. And 5 into 40 goes 8 times. So x is equal to 40. So hence 60 over 100 is equivalent to 48 over 80. So our answer would be A. Dan sold 40 tickets in 5 days. Each day he sold 3 tickets more than the previous day. The number of tickets he sold on the third day is, Now let's assume that it's a 5-day work week. Let's assume. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So we have our 5 days. Let's say let's call the ticket X, and each day so 3 more, so that's going to be X plus 3. Then we have 3 more, and that gives us X plus 6. 3 more, and this gives us X plus 9, and 3 more, and this gives us X plus 12. And all that should be equal to the 40 tickets that he sold for the concert. So we're going to add up all of those. So we have X plus X plus X plus X plus X, we get 5X. And then we have 3 plus 6, that's 9. 9 plus 9, 2 9s 18. And 18 plus 12, that gives us 30. So that is equal to 40. So now we have, let's solve for X. So we have 5X is equal to 10. So dividing both sides by 5, X is equal to 2. Now the question asks for the 3rd day. So the 3rd day is represented by Wednesday, which is X plus 6. But the day of the week is not important because it could be any 5 days in the week, in any order. So we have X plus 6, and our X is equal to 2. That's 2 plus 6, which gives us 8. So he sold 8 tickets on the 3rd day. Which of the following sets is defined by the set of X elements of Z, where X is less than or equal to -2 and less than or equal to positive 4. Now, what would this look like on a number line? Let's look at it. So if we had our number line, we're going to draw -2 over here and 4. Now, what we need to know that this means that it includes the number here. So this sign, once you have the inequality symbol, less than or equal to symbol, you know that it includes the number 2 and 4. So your answer must have -2 and positive 4 in it. So alright, all of these have, this no have no -2, no -2, no -2. So by elimination, our answer is D. But let's look at it though. So we have -2, then we have -1, then we have 0, 1, 2, 3. So they would include all the numbers here. So all these numbers, so -2, -1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, which matches D. If Q is equal to the set of A, B, C, how many subsets can be obtained from the set Q? Now, normally in regular classes, for the fun of it, we just ask students to just actually find all the subsets, but there's a formula for that. I'm going to use the formula as 2 to the n, where n is the number of elements within the set. Alright? So how many elements are in this set? In this set we have 1, 2, 3 elements. So it's 2 to the 3rd power. And that matches D. The set of positive integers is an example of a finite set? No. What are integers? The key thing. What are the positive integers? Positive integers are, these are what? Whole numbers from 0 to infinity. Just don't include any decimal or any fractions, but this goes on to infinity. So it can't be an improper set. It can't be an empty set because you have something not a finite set, so it's an infinite set. Item 11 refers to the following Venn diagram. The shaded region represents, now this one is a bit easy because the entire set P is unshaded. That means that everything else outside of P is shaded, which is what we call P complement. So our answer would be A. The 30 students in Teacher May's class have either dog or cat. So for you to either or, automatically that's disjoint sets. Either or, they don't have anything in common. Or none of the two. 16 students have dog, 12 students have a cat, and the remainder have neither cat or dog. Which Venn diagram below correctly represents the information. Yes, that one again. We know say anything with intersection. No. It says that they didn't say that the amount of students who have cat have dogs, I have dogs, I have cats. So no. It said distinctively either or, totally disjoint. So either you have dog or you have cat or you don't have nothing. So our answer is going to be D. Number 13, a bank. At a bank, sorry. Let's cut this out. Done. At a bank, $2.60 EC is equivalent to $1. For every $1 exchange, 10 cents EC is deducted as an exchange fee. How much EC dollars will Leon receive if he exchanges $100? Now let's look at our connections first. So we know that $2.60 EC is equivalent to $1. So US $1. Alright, so if we're going from EC to US, we're going to divide by $2.60, and if we're going from US to EC, you're going to multiply by $2.60. Now let us convert US $100 to EC. So we're just going to multiply that. So 2.60 times 100, and then multiply by 100. So we get $260 EC dollars. Sorry about that. Now the charge is 10 cents for every $100. So just look at 0.10 times 100, and that is $10 charge, because just 100 alone him change, so that's just $10. So therefore final is going to be 260 minus 10, so this is what you'll take home, which is $250 EC. So our answer is going to be C. Question 14. If $7,000 is borrowed at a rate of 5% per annum for 3 years, the simple interest is. Now we know this by heart. Now we should know this by heart. We're going to get heart from by heart. So we have PRI, which is our simple interest, PRT over 100. There are many variations of the same thing. Use which one is comfortable to you. So our P stands for principal, R for rate, and T for time, which is in years. Let me get years from, well, who cares? Alright, so 7,000, that's our principal, 5% rate, and our time T. So I is equal to 7,000 multiplied by 5 times 3 all over 100. So 100 into itself 1, and 100 into 7,000 gives us 70. Now 70 times 5, so that's going to give me 5007535, and then 350 times 3, that gives me 30035. 15 carry 1, 3 is 9 and 1 10. So that gives me $1,050. So our answer is D. Address costs $180. Sorry, address which costs $180 is being sold at a discount of 10%. The amount of discount is just basically finding the discount. What is 10% of 180? 10 into itself, 10 to 110, so 10 into this goes 18 times. So the discount is going to be $18. So the discount, just the discount, is $18. An article is bought for $125 and sold for $175. The profit as a percentage of the cost price is, now 125 would be our cost price and 175 would be our selling price. Alright, and we know that the profit is going to be 175 minus 125. So we get 0, 5, so we get 50. So our profit is 50. And the profit now as a percentage of the cost price, and this was the reason why I had highlighted the cost price is going to be 50 over 125 times 100. Now we deal with money there, so 15 to itself 1, 15 to 100, sorry, not 50, 25 into 50 goes 2 times. I don't know why my head had another number here. So 25 into 50 goes 2 times, and 25 into 125 goes 5 times. And 5 into itself 1, 5 into 100 goes 20 times. So 2 times 20, and that gives us 40%. So our answer is going to be D. The value of a plot of land is $18,000. Land tax is charged at a rate of 70 cents per $100 value. What is the total amount of tax paid for the land? Alright, so I just want to find the total amount of tax. So we need to find how many $100 are in 18,000. So it's going to be 18,000 divided by 100, and that's going to give us 180. So we have $180 in 18,000. Now for every $100 there's a tax of 0.7. So hence we're going to multiply 180 by 0.7. Now 7007856. 6 carry the 5, 717, and 310, and 212. So we get, and then we have 1 decimal place, so we go 126. Our answer was going to, is C, not is going to. Whatever it is, the answer is C. If the simple interest on 900 for 3 years was 108, what was the rate of interest? Now we know the formula is I equal PRT over 100. So we have our simple interest. This is our principal, our time, and 108 is now our interest. So let's plug in what we have to find what we don't have. So we have 108 is equal to 900 times 3 times R. R is the rate, over 100. So we know that 100 into itself goes 1, 100 into 900 goes 9, and 3 nines 18, so we have 18R. Sorry, 3 nines 27. My gosh, what happened here? So we have 27R is equal to 108. So we divide both sides by 27. This is how I operate now when I don't want to do too much long division. I say, alright, 27 times which number give me an 8 at the end. So 27 times 4. Alright, so 7 4s is 28 and carry 2. 2 4s, 8 and 2 10, 108. So good. So 27 into itself 1, and 27 to 108 goes 4 times. So therefore the rate is equal to 4%. Remember, for these questions there are many ways of working them. So if you have another method, and there are many ways, show another method in the comment section. Number 19. At the end of any year, a car is worth 5% less than what it was worth at the beginning of the year. If a car is worth $9,500 in December 2016 then its value in January 2016 was what? So it's asking for the value before it depreciated for that year of 2016. So we know that the percentage of the original number is, so the percentage of the original number is 100 minus 5. So that's 100% minus 5%. Alright? And that gives us 95%. Now, next thing we need to do now is to divide the 9,500. So 9,500 divided by 95%, which is 9,500 multiplied by the reciprocal, which is 100 over 95. We can simplify. 95 into itself 1. 95 into 9,500 goes 100 times. 100 times 100, that gives us 10,000. And you could test the answers here. You could simply find 5% of this number, any one of these, and see which one will give you about 9,500. That's another way of doing it. So there are many ways of doing them, but I'm only looking at one way for now in the interest of time. A man's regular pay is $3 per hour up to 40 hours. Overtime is twice the payment for regular time. If he was paid $216, how many hours of overtime did he work? So let's look at the regular pay. So regularly, he would earn $3 per hour and he would work 40 hours for the week. So that's 300 and 3 4 is 12. So naturally, he would earn $120 regular pay. Alright. Then he took home 216 minus 120. I don't know why my minus sign is right there. But let me clean that up. Alright. So now we have 0 from that. And then we're left with, what did I just say? Done. A man's regular pay is $3 per hour up to 40 hours. Overtime is twice the payment for regular time. If he was paid $216, how many hours of overtime did he work? Alright, so let's calculate what his regular salary is. So regular salary, or regular what? A salary them say, or pay, doesn't make a difference, is equal to a 40-hour work week times the rate of $3. So we get $120. So that's the regular salary. His overtime salary or payment is 216 minus 120, and that gives us $96 overtime. Alright, so that's the overtime amount of money. Now the overtime rate. Overtime rate is equal to, it says, twice the original payment. So that's 2 times $3, which gives us $6 at the rate. So to find the overtime hours now, we're going to have the $96 that he earned divided by the $6 rate. So 6 into 9 goes 1 times remainder 3. 6 into 36 goes 6 times. So he works 16 hours of overtime. Yeah. So that's our answer. Our answer is going to be B. Alright. Number 21. 1 over 5x plus 2 over 3x is equal. So now when we get this question, the first thing to do, we can eliminate by denominator. We don't just go ahead and just add 5x plus 3x. We don't add our denominators when we're adding fractions. So anything with 8 we can cross out. Now there's no need for x squared because both have x. So we can just have x alone. And 3 times 5 is 15. So we just need 15x as our LCM. So the 15x squared here is not necessary. So we go ahead now, and then we have only these left, but let us just work it out to see. So we have 1 over 5x plus 2 over 3x, and our LCM is 15x. Just testing our answer. So 5x into 15x goes 3 times, and 3 times 1 gives us 3. 3x into 15x goes 5 times, and 5 times 2 gives us 10. So we get 13 over 15x. Yeah, and once again, her answer for number 21 is D. 7 times the product of two numbers A and B may be written. So 7 times the product means the multiply of two numbers A, B, so that's 7 times A, B, so only A matches. And some questions, let's see, by elimination is easier. Some questions don't require any long work, so we can just move through them quickly. What is the value of x squared plus 3y over xy if x is 4 and y is 2? This is algebraic substitution. Let's go ahead and substitute our values. So x is 4 and y is 2. So we have 4 squared plus 3 times 2 over xy, which is 4 times 2. Now 4 squared is 4 times 4. Let me just write this out, because I know some students are going to always say 2 4 is 8. That's not how it works. 4 squared is 4 times 4. So that's 16 plus 9 over 8. 2 4 is 8. Alright, so 16 and 4, that's 20 remain. That's about 24 over 8. Question 23. What is the value of x squared plus 3y over xy if x is equal to 4 and y is equal to 3? So let's substitute our values. X is 4, y is 2. Alright, so we have 4 squared plus 3 times 2 over 4 times 2. So 4 squared is 4 times 4, just for emphasis. And 4 times 4 is 16 plus 2 times 3 is 6 over 4 2's 8. So now we have 16 plus 6, which is 22 over 8. And we can simplify this using 2. So 2 into 22 goes 11 times. And 2 into 8 goes 4 times. So we have 11 over 4. Now notice our answer is given mixed numbers. So 4 into 11 goes 2 times. And it should be over 4. So then 4 2 is 8, 9, 10, 11. So we have 3. So it's 2 and 3/4. So our answer is D. If 5 multiplied by 2x minus 1 is equal to 35, then x is, we're going to apply what we call the distributive law. So 5 times 2x gives us 10x, and 5 times negative 1 gives us negative 5 equals to 35. So we'll go ahead and solve for x. First, we're going to add 5 to both sides of our equation. So we have 10x is equal to 35 plus 5, which gives us 40. Divide both sides by 10. So x is equal to positive 4. And you could go ahead and substitute values for x and see which one will give you 35 equal 35. Question 25. John has x marbles and Max has twice as many marbles as John. So John has x marbles and Max has twice the amount, which is 2x. Alright, so Max gives John 5 of his marbles, so that's subtract 5. That is now Max. How many marbles does John have? When you subtract 5, so John add 5. So John would be x plus 5. Alright, next. Question 26. If A is equal to 3 and AB is equal to 6, then A square minus B square is equal to what? Alright, so automatically A is 3, so AB equals to 6. Now, common sense would dictate that B is equal to 2 because 3B is equal to 6, so divide both sides by 3. So B is equal to 2. So we know B is 2 and A is 3. So we can go ahead, so now we have A square minus B square is equal to 3 square minus 2 square. So 3 square is 3 times 3. I'm still going to I'm going to do this all the time and start at it too. 3 times 3, 9. And 2 square is 2 times 2, which is equal to 4. So therefore 4 from 9 gives us 5, so our answer is C. Question 27. If A, and you can see that matrix there, yes, laugh at me stuttering. You can see the matrix 1, it's a very long matrix. Then the order of A is, and we do the order of the matrix in the form of row by column. So how many rows we have? 1, 2, 3 rows, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4 columns. So it's a 3 by 4, so our answer is going to be C. Number 28. The determinant of the identity matrix is, and we can write out our identity matrix, a 2 by 2, so 1, 0, 0, 1, and we know we find our determinant. So 1 times 1 minus 0 times 0, so that's going to be 1 minus 0, which gives us 1. So our answer is going to be A. And we didn't need to work that out, but I'm just working it out for those who want to see how we got that 1. If the vectors P and Q are 3 over 2 and negative 1, 4 respectively. I said 3 over 2, I'm sorry, it's just 3, 2. I don't know why that keeps coming in my head. Respectively, then P minus 2Q is. So this vector is our P, this is our Q. So hence, that should become on Q, but it's not important for now. So we have 3, 2 minus 2 times negative 1, 4. So we have 3, 2. Now negative 2 is going to distribute for everything in the bracket. So we're going to be plus negative 2 times negative 1, you get positive 2. Negative 2 times 4, we get negative 8. So we have 2 plus 3, that gives us 5. And 2 plus negative 8, that gives us negative 6. So our answer is going to be D. Item 30 refers to the following diagram of triangle OLM, in which R is the midpoint of OL. So here is R, the midpoint of OL. And T is the midpoint of OM. Further, OR is equal to A and OT is equal to B. So based on the data here, so the information now wants us to find RM. I want to find RM. So we know that RM is equal to the vector OM minus OR. So just look at it. What's the vector OM? Now, if here is B and T is the midpoint and here is also B, that means that OM is going to be 2B. And we know that OR is A. So we can say OM is 2B minus A, because OR is A and OM is 2B. So automatically answer is formed because they're no like terms, so our answer is going to be A. Alright, given that 1 millimeter is equal to 1 over 1,000 meters, then 2,500 millimeters in meters is. You can look at it in this way. Don't have to. And there are many ways, and this is basic. But So for some students, they don't need this, but for those who do, let me go through it. So you have 1 ml is equal to 1 over 1,000 meter. So therefore, to get from 1 to that, we have to multiply it by 1 over 1,000. And to get from 1 over 1,000 to this, it means that we're going to divide by 1 over 1,000. Now, if we're going from 2500 ml, so from ml to that, we're going to multiply by 1 over 1,000. And that gives us what? That's going to give us 1, 2, 3, so we get 2.5 meter. So our answer is going to be B. Question 32 says, how many kilograms are there in 1 ton? Now, this is just automatic knowledge. 1 ton is equal to 1 ton is equal to 1,000 kg. So you can just swap that. So therefore, answer is going to be C. Item 33 refers to the following diagram of a trapezium PQRS. The area of the trapezium is, we know that we find the area of a trapezium, and this is on your formula sheet. Area of trapezium is half the sum of the parallel sides. So this side is parallel to this side, so we just call them A plus B for now, times the perpendicular height, the height that's from the right angle. So then the area, so it's half times 8 plus 18 times 5. Now, just for easy calculation, I'm going to find half of 8 is 4, and half of 18 is 9. All that multiplied by 5. So 4 plus 9 gives me 13. And 13 times 5, 3, 5, 15, carry 1, 5, 1, 5 on the 1, so we get 65 centimeter square. So our answer is going to be B. Now this question, we have seen something similar like it before. Many of them, but CSEC did some slide switches, which was good. So at a party, a number of guests were served 15 liters of champagne. Each guest has 2 glasses of champagne, and each glass held 150 milliliter. Assuming no spillage, how many guests were at the party? In the January one, they asked you how much I think was how much champagne was there, how much liters of champagne was there. I can't recall, but this time they're asking you how much person were at the party. Now, if you saw the January solution, you can just easily put the answer, because the answer was in the last question. But anyway, let's work it out. So, and like my little mnemonic here, so King Henry died unusually drinking chocolate milk, and our unit here is liter. So I'm going to be converting from milliliter to liter, so 1, 2, 3. Alright, so hence let's look at the question now. So each person drank 2 glasses of champagne that held 150 milliliters, so the total consumption was 150 milliliter times 2, so that gives me 300 milliliter. Now what is 300 milliliter? 2 liters, so we're going to divide it by 1,000, so 1, 2, 3, so you get us 0.3 liters. And then now it says that 15 liters was served for everybody. So that's 15 liters divided by 0.3. I want liters. So now we're dividing by a decimal, we convert it to we try to make it a whole number, so we multiply it by 10. So to multiply it by 10 here, so that's 150 divided by 3. And 3 into 15 goes 5 times, 3 into 0, so we have 50 persons. And yes, it was 50 persons they had in the last question. Cheer up, so on, so whatever it was again. Number 35, the perimeter of a square is 50 centimeter. What is its area in centimeters squared? Now we know that the perimeter of a square, all sides are equal, so we have 4 equal sides, so that's 4L equals to 56. Now how we get the 4L? All sides are equal, so here is L, 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 L. So when you add up all the L's, you get 4 L's. So that's how we get 4. And the perimeter is the sum of all the sides. So 4L is equal to 56 centimeter. So hence, each side is going to be 56 divided by 4. So 4 into 5, 1 times remainder 1. 4 into 16 goes 4 times. So each side of the square is 14. So we know that area of square is equal to L squared. That's 14 times 14. And normally encourage students to know their square times for at least the first 20. So 14 square, 14 times 14 is 196 centimeters square. That would be the area, centimeter square. So our answer is D. The circumference of a circle is 154 centimeters. I think this question is also a repeat question. Given that pi is 22/7, the diameter of a circle in centimeter is, now the relationship between the circumference and the diameter is C equal pi d. Alright, so hence C, we know C is 154 centimeter, pi is 22/7, and D is what we want to find, times D. So to find D, you're going to multiply both sides by the reciprocal of 22/7. So 154 times 7/22 is equal to D. You can go ahead and break it down, anything that can be simplified. Now my same little trick again. 22 times what number give me a 4 at the end? So 22 times 4 give me a 4 at the end, but this will give me 44. So let me think of our next number now. So, 2 sevens 14. So we can try 7. So 2 sevens 14, carry 1. 2 sevens 14 and 1, 154. So 22 into itself 1. And 22 into 154 goes 7 times. And then 7 multiplied by 7 gives me 49 centimeter. And that is equal to my diameter. So C is our answer. Item 37 refers to the following diagram, which consists of a triangle resting on a square of side 7 centimeter. If the total area of the diagram is 63 centimeters square, what is the value of H, the height of the triangle? Alright, so we know that the area of a square is going to be L square, and the area of a triangle is going to be half base times height. So we know that the entire area is equal to 63 centimeters square. So let's look at the total area is equal to the area of the triangle, which is half base times height, plus the area of the square, which is L square. So let's put in what we have. So total, so that's 63 centimeters square is equal to half. The base is what? Base is 7, because if it's a square, all sides are equal. So here is also 7 times 7. Put back the H, that's what we want to find, plus the area, we're going to be 7 square. So we have 63 is equal to 7/2 H plus 7 square, which is 7 times 7, which gives us 49. Now to solve for H, we're going to do a regular equation solving. From here, we're going to subtract 49 from both sides. So 63 minus 49 is equal to 7/2 H plus 49 minus 49. Just feel extra, flat work with everything now. So 63, 49 from 63, we get 14. So 14 is equal to 7/2 H. Now how we solve for H, we're going to multiply both sides by the reciprocal of 7/2, which is 2/7. So then this into this, so we're left with H. So 7 into 14, 2 sevens 14. So it's 2 times, so we get h is equal to 4. Now, you didn't have to do all this long working. Once you have established this formula here, or this part here, you could just go ahead and substitute your answers and see which one of our answers would give us, whether the 2, 4, 5 or the other one here, which one of our answers would give us 63. And that's it. Question 37. That's nice. Nice question. Question 38 is something that you could work in your head also. On leaving Trinidad, the time on the pilot watch was 2400 hours. Sorry, 2300 hours. When he arrived at his destination in the same time zone on the next day, his watch showed 3 o'clock. How many hours did the flight take? Now, just to be extra, no need to do. So we have 12, 6, 3, and we have 9. So we are regular 1, 2, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. No, 2300 hours is 11 p.m. 11 p.m. 11 p.m. if we're to convert to a 12-hour clock. So then the next day we realized it was what? 3 o'clock by time. So we go 1 hour, 2, 3 hours. No, not 3 hours, sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4 hours. What an error. 4 hours. I apologize, or I apologize. Same thing. Mistake. And a terrible mistake at that too, but that's okay. So our answer would be A, which is 4. Miss Clark arranged the 15 test scores of her student in order of size and selected the 8th score for reporting purposes. Which of the following statistical measures did Miss Clark obtain? So she had 15 test scores, so it can be any amount of numbers, just 15 numbers. And she took out the 8th score. So let's just write 15 numbers. 3, 26. We just want 15 numbers. 2, 4, 6, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. We just want 15 numbers. We reach 15 numbers yet? Hold on. Alright, so here we have 15 test scores. Just 15 random test scores just for the demonstration, because you should know by now the 8th score is going to be the median. But just for demonstration purposes, let me count if I have 15 scores here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So you should pick out the 8th score. Now you pick out the 8th score, it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is the 8th score. Let's check it if it's a median. So cancel off. Just doing this quickly. Let's edit. Let's be done. Question 39. Ms. Clark arranged the test scores of our students in order of size and selected the 8th score for reporting purposes. Which of the following statistical measure did she obtain? So mean, mode, range. So we know it wouldn't be the range, because the range would be the highest subtract the lowest. The more is going to be the one that occurs the most, and the mean is never take the average. So by elimination, it would have been the median. And we could test. Suppose we had just 15 random test scores in order from lowest to highest. Let's just say we have 4, 16, 20, 26, 36, 46, 56. Just around some test score I put in 66, 76. Then we want to go 80. We want to go 82. So we want to go 85. Just some random test score. 85. We want to go 86. We want to go 87. I want to go 90. So let's say these are the scores. The 8th score is going to be 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So the 8th score is going to be 66. Alright? And that's the middle one. That's the median. How we know it's the median? Let's see how many. So we have 7 numbers here. Let's see how many numbers we have here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we have an even amount of numbers on both sides. So the middle number gives us the median. So she found the median. Item 40 to 41 refers to the following diagram, which shows the cumulative frequency curve based on the mark of 200 students who took a driving test. So let's analyze our graph here. So on our x-axis we have mark, and on our cumulative, and on our y-axis we have our cumulative frequency. So let's analyze the scale here. So 10, 20, 30. So that means here is 15. So that means that each stroke here is 1. And if we're going up here, so we're going by 0, 20, 40, 60, 80. Alright. So now we can tell that the median mark scored by the 200 students is now median is our Q2. Q2 is half. So to find the position of the median, we're going to find half of our 200. So half of 200. So now we use something half n because it's median, so it's half. So half of 200 is 100. So it's in the 100 position. So we find 100 on our graph, carry it across. Whenever it hits the cumulative frequency curve, we carry it down. So it's about, it's not on that line, it's in this space here, even though my hand is not so straight, but it's right in this space here. So if here is 35, 36, 37, and it's not on that, it's not on the 38 line, it's in between. So we get, so it's 37.5. And that would be marked. So therefore, number 40, the answer would be B. And the highest mark scored on the test is, or was, so the highest peak here, which is the last number, that goes to 60. So the highest can be 200. 200 is on the cumulative frequency curve. We must focus on our x-axis. So the answer would be 60. So B is 60. 41, B is 60. Alright, next question. Question 42. In a box, there are 8 red, 7 blue, and 6 green marbles. Like, did I say marker? Marbles. 1 marble is picked up randomly. What's the probability that it is neither blue nor green? So how much marbles we have in total? So the total amount of marbles would be equal to 8 plus 7 plus 6. So that would give us 21 marbles. Alright? Now if it's neither blue nor green, so no blue, no green, so it must be red. Must be red. And how much red marbles we have here? 8. So the probability was going to be equal to 8 over 21. So our answer is going to be A. This is a nice question because this question could come back 3 years. It could ask you for red blue, blue green, green red. It could mix it up because all the answers are there for all the different options. Well, not all different options. No, not all that. But it could be modified for that. Next. Item 43 refers to the following pie chart, which shows popular games played by 720 students. This question looks a bit familiar to don't. Alright, so we have 36. Oh, this one is nice. They have them in both degrees and percentage. So we have 36 degrees. This is 90 degrees here. And this is 30%. So we need to find the missing cricket angle here, because how many students play cricket. So let's find the missing cricket angle here. Now, since we have 36 degree in angle and 90 degree angles, then we can convert basketball, which is 30%, to the angle. So we want to find what is 30% of 360 degrees, because you know 360 degrees is some of the angles in a circle. So hence 10 into 30 goes 3 times, 10 into 100 goes 10 times, 10 into itself 1, 10 into 360 goes 36. So 3 6 is 18, carry 1, 3 2 is 9, so we get 108 degrees. So basketball is 108 degrees. Now we know that everything should add up to 360, so to find the angle for cricket, we're going to have to say, add up everything, so we have 108 plus 90 plus the 36, so 8 and 2, 10, and we left with another 2, so we have left with 4, so we have 4, 14, carry the 1, 9 and 1, 10 and 3, that's 13, carry the 1, so we have 234. Good. Now to find, this is the sum of all of this, so to find the cricket now, we'll put some writing in it. 360 minus 234, so then we will get 126 degrees. These are degrees, so we get 126 degrees, and that will represent our cricket. And you could do it another way, but I'm just sticking to one method for the interest of time. So to find our cricket, 126 degrees over 360 degrees times, we say 720 students, so times 720. Now we know that 360 double gives us 720, so 360 into itself 1, 360 into 720 goes 2 times. Then we have 2 times 6, it gives us 12, carry 1, 2 2s, 4 and 1 give us 5, and 2 1s 2. So we get 252 students. This question come already, but nice thing that mix it up with the angles and the percentage. We see you, CXC, we see you. Question 44 refers to the following two-way table, which shows the mode of transportation to school on a particular day for a group of 200 students. So we see our table of bus, taxi, walk, total, male, female, total. So a male student is picked at random from the group. What is the probability that he does not walk to school? Alright, so does not walk. So we know we're nothing with the 28 here, so. And the total, so the probability of does not walk. So out of 108, because we're focusing on the males. And 30 plus 50. So that gives me 80 over 108, and we can simplify this. We can simplify our fraction using 4. So 4 into 80 goes to 20 times, and 4 into 10 goes 2 times, remainder 2. 4 into 28 goes 7 times, so we get probability is 20 over 27, which matches C. Question 45, the point where a linear function crosses the horizontal axis. Now let me just do a quick demonstration here. So we have our y-axis, and also called the vertical axis. And then we have our x-axis, which is also called the horizontal axis. So when a linear function crosses the horizontal axis, So here we call that the x-intercept. Alright, the equation of the line which passes through the point 0, 5 has the gradient 4. Now we know that the equation of a straight line takes the form of y equal mx plus c. You know that from this is 0, 5. 0, 5 automatically that gives you the value of c, which is our y-intercept. So that's our c. And we know our m here is 4. So we can easily plug in y is equal to 4x plus 5. And which one matches that one? C. Number 47, which of the following graphs represent a linear function? Now we know that linear, when you hear linear, you know it's a straight line. So anything when a straight, you eliminate those instantly. No, not every straight line is a linear function, because a linear function should take the form of y equal mx plus c. A linear function also has a dependent and an independent variable. No, basically it's x and y. So hence, this has no slant to it, and from this now no slant, it don't have no gradient. So it don't have no slant, and it don't have no y-intercept, so we can cross out that. So we say a would be our linear function. Item 48 refers to the following graph of a quadratic equation. The coordinates of the turning point of the function y equal 4x minus x squared are. Now you don't have to work this out. You can just look at it. The graph, find the axis of symmetry. So right here is going to be your axis of symmetry. We know right at the maximum point here. That will give us our turning point. We have the axis, so that means that the graph can spin on that this axis of symmetry here, this point, and be equal on both sides. So what's the coordinate for here? We get 2, 4. Now that 2, 4 is going to be our turning point. So our answer is D. Question 49. A line L is parallel to the line 3x minus 7y minus 9 is equal to 0. What is the gradient of L? Now we know again that parallel lines have the same gradients. So have the same gradient. I know that the equation of a straight line should take the form of y equal mx plus c. So hence let's transpose this equation into the form y equal mx plus c. So we can, first we're going to do add 9 to both sides of our equation, so we get 3x minus 7y is equal to 9. Then we're going to subtract 3x from both sides of our equation, so we get 7y, negative 7y is equal to negative 3x plus 9. Then we're going to divide both sides by negative 7. So we're left with y is equal to negative divided by negative gives me positive, so we get 3 over 7 x minus 9 over 7. So our gradient of L is going to be 3 over 7 by comparison. So our answer is C. And for these questions, you have to be very careful with your signs, because they always have a question and an answer there for if you make a mistake with your signs. So we have good old function here using our regular substitution. So if g of x is equal to 7x minus 3 over 5, then g of negative 6 is, so let's go, so anywhere in the function g of x, I see x, I'm going to put negative 6. So g of negative 6, almost write 7, I don't know why, is equal to 7 times negative 6 minus 3 over 5. So g of negative 6, so 7 times negative 6 gives me negative 42 minus 3 over 5. So negative 42 minus 3 gives me negative 45 over 5. We know that 9, 5, 45, so we get negative 9. So our answer is going to be A, negative 9. And I hope you never mix up your signs also for this question. Item 51 refers to the following arrow diagram, which shows a function f. So we see where x maps on to y. So which of the following best describe the function? So basically they're asking for which formula, which of these formula we can use. When you plug them in, plug in the value for x, we get y. Alright? So therefore if x is 2, what would you forget? 5. So we add 3. Let's check if that works for everything. 5 plus 3, 8. 8 plus 3, 11. And 11 plus 3 give you 14. So therefore, y is equal to x plus 3. And you could have tried the other equations to see which one it was if it wasn't the first option. Question 52. The range of f of x such that so the range of f of x equal x cubed for the domain, the set of 2, negative 2, negative 1, 0, 1, 2. Now we need to understand some keyword. So we know that the domain, the set of input values, and we know that our range is the set of the output values. Alright, so our domain here, so our domain is negative 2, negative 1, 0, 1, 2, and the range, we get it with x cubed to get it. So therefore we have negative 2 cubed, so we have negative 2 times negative 2 times negative 2. So negative 2 times negative 2 gives us positive 4. Positive 4 times negative 2 gives us negative 8. So negative 2 maps on to negative 8. So which one has this? Now has no negative 8, so we can eliminate that. So then this is not a negative 8. So by elimination our answer is D. Well, let's just go on for more. So negative 1 cubed gives me negative 1. So negative 1 maps on to negative 1. So we see that 0 cubed gives me 0. So it maps to 0. And 1 cubed gives us 1. And 2 cubed gives us positive 8. So we see the values here. Negative 8, negative 1, 0, 1, 8. This was a nice question. Easy and nice. Done. Straight to the point. Question 53. Item 53 refers to the following diagram of a transformation. So what transformation maps PQ onto its image? Now, automatically P facing P, R facing R, they all look equidistant from a mirror line. The mirror line could be right here. I'm going to draw it as proper, but I hope my hand can go straight. So automatically, if you hear me talk about a mirror line, you know that it's a reflection. Question 54. In which of the following polygons does the sum of the measures of the interior angles equal the sum of the measures of the exterior angle? In which of the following polygon does the sum of the measures of the interior angle equal the sum of the measures of the exterior angle? Alright, it's going to be, this could be a square or a rectangle. Alright, so a square or rectangle is a quadrilateral. Alright, so our answer would be D. Item 55 refers to the following diagram of the straight line y equal x. So the y equal x line, so what is the image of the line y equal x when it is rotated anticlockwise about the origin through an angle of 90 degrees. So we know that in an anticlockwise rotation of 90 degrees, you know that normally if you have an x and y coordinate, get a little hack here. X and y coordinate, we know what would normally happen. Our y value would become negative. Alright, so the x and the y would change position and our y would be negative. So which one looks like it matches that? And that's going to be D. Item 56 refers to the following diagram of a translation. So we see our diagram. here are two lines, AB and A prime, B prime. So in the diagram, the translation by which AB is mapped onto A prime, B prime is represented by, so let us observe A. A, we're going from 2 to 4, so that's a plus 2. Going from 5 to 6, that's a plus 1. Let's see if that is consistent with B. We went from a, so it's plus 2 same way to make 7, and plus 1 to make 8. So our translation vector is 2, 1. So we'll look for that in our answers, and we see that our answer here is B. Alright. Item 57 refers to the following right angle triangle ABC. And it's in the triangle BAC, so this is the angle here, 30. And AB is 40, so we're 40 here. The length of BC in meters, I want to find the distance. So we have the opposite side over, and you have the hypotenuse side. So opposite. So what trig ratio has the opposite and the hypotenuse? That's sine opposite over the hypotenuse. Now it's going to be sine 30. And our opposite sides that we want to find, that's BC over the hypotenuse of 40. So we can eliminate all the tans out. Our angle is 30, so we can eliminate. So our answer would be A, and we can see 40 times sine 30 will give us the length BC. Alright, so easy trig. Alright, item 58 refers to the following diagram of an enlargement. So O, A prime, and O, C prime are straight lines. So triangle ABC is mapped onto A prime, B prime, C prime by an enlargement with the center O. So what is the scale factor of the enlargement? Alright, so from 0 to A prime here we went 1, 2, and then from 0 to A went 2 places, then from 0 to A prime went 4. So this multiplied by 2. So that means scale factor 2. Let's test something else. From 0 to here we have 2. From 0 to here we have 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. Let's look at something. Let's look at the side AC. The side AC we have 1, 2. And the side A prime, C prime is 1, 2, 3, 4. So we multiply by 2. So our enlargement by 2 or a scale factor by 2. So our answer is C. Answer is C. Next question. A plane is flying in the direction of 0, 4, 5 and changes course in a clockwise direction to 135 degrees. The angle through which the plane turns. So the angle through which the plane turns, you're going to say by elimination it can't be 45 and it can't be 135. So hence we will say that 135 minus 45, and that gives us 90 degrees. So our answer is going to be C. And our last one, in a triangle PQR, P is X, Q is 2X, and the size of the angle, what is the size of the angle R? So we have P, Q, R. So P is X and Q is 2X. What is the size of the angle R? So we know that angles in a triangle are to give 180. So 180 minus X plus 2X. So that's 180 minus 3X. This question come about 5 times already. So our answer is going to be D, 180 minus 3X. Now in the comment section below, tell me how much questions out of the 60 you got correct. Because remember, you're supposed to pause the video and work the questions before me and then look at the solution after. All the best, walk good, like, comment, subscribe. Thank you.